Heroes. I'm Athina, and thank you for being here with me today. Today I am going to talk about how to make your own oracle deck / tarot deck. You see here more of my oracle decks than tarot decks because I didn't make one yet. So the same thing that I'm going to say for the oracle decks does apply to tarot decks. If you are interested in more on doing your own tarot decks instead of oracle decks, be free to do it how it fits you. I'm just going to talk how I made my oracle decks a little bit and maybe inspire you or help you to make your own oracle decks or tarot cards. It applies to both. So first off, how and why did I come into making my oracle decks? So this is a story from me from 2020 when I started fresh with reading cards. I only had one oracle deck and one tarot deck, but the oracle deck that I had was the spirit animal oracle, and for questions where the answer are a yes or a no, I didn't have the means to answer them because the spirit animal had questions had messages that were not yes or no based. So I wanted a deck that would answer my yes and no questions, and also I saw all the YouTubers, the beautiful people out there that do pick a card readings with their mess on oracle decks with different messages that were helping me through the hard times. So I decided to make my first oracle deck here. If you are someone that has watched my videos a lot, you have seen all these decks already in my videos. So I wanted to make the first oracle deck with yes, no questions and other messages that would be helpful for me. So what did I do? I searched for something where I could write the messages down. So I needed paper, but not this kind of paper that is flimsy. Well, you can still use paper like this, but it will be more like you write something down, you fold it, and maybe use a pouch to then pick up the message like this. But I wanted to shuffle. I needed something to shuffle, so I went on the search of paper that was a little bit more sturdy, and in the supermarket there is a section of office stuff, and there is where I found this card here. It is sturdy, it's not as flimsy as this one here. You see this just bends down, and this stays a little bit more firmer because it's a little thicker. So that's how I made this oracle deck here. And then what did I do? I started to take one card at a time, and I would use my friend the ruler and a pencil to make a little line at almost in the middle of the card, and after that write with my pencil down to see did I'm on the right path or not, and if not I could just erase it again and try to do it better. And so I started to write my messages that I wanted to have. So I had soulmate, twin flame, listen to your intuition, heal, take care of yourself. That's not something that you need to know right now. Believe in yourself. And while I was starting to write the messages that I wanted, I somehow started also to channel messages from my guides and started to write, heal your inner child, toxic relationship, start, the time is right, meditation, the waiting is now over. Then I wanted also to have some chakra cards, or sacral chakra. If I would be formulating my answers wrong, formulate differently. Love yourself. No, there comes the no. Eat more healthier. And so I started to write all the things down. Even stop watching videos. That was one of the channel messages that came through while I was writing the deck, and so I continued to write, and that's how this deck ended. And because at that time when I was writing and making this deck, I didn't even know that I would be making a YouTube video, and that's why those cards are in German instead of English. So then, because I'm not really a person that knows much about drawing, so that's why my cards are simple, like there are no images, just the words, because I knew that if I would draw something, I would be criticizing myself to the bones. It was to a time where I was not that compassionate towards myself. So what did I do with the back of the deck? I thought, hey, why not do rainbow colors? I like rainbow colors, and it would fit also with the chakras that are mixed in together. So I'm calling this now the Rainbow Oracle. So I started with red and orange, and I started to try to make them the same thickness, but it didn't come out like this, and so every card became unique in their own way. Bit lighter, bit darker, but I was like this, it doesn't have to be perfect. So that's how I made my first oracle deck. It doesn't need a lot. You don't have to be Picasso, Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci to make an oracle deck. You can just make it plain and simple. So that's how I made my first oracle deck. But after being finished with this deck, I had still cards left, and I didn't know what to do with it. So I had this there, and then it's when it hit me while I was watching the YouTuber Brooke Waldorf. If you know her, she in her readings, she has themed readings, and sometimes she would have 4 little written messages as well. And sometimes when it was something related to music, she would have 5 songs and lyrics that would fit the theme of the reading, and she would pull one of the songs for each group. And I was like, oh, that's such a cool idea, but sadly it's bit limited because it's only 5 songs and lyrics. And I thought, I love music, and I started, it was much later that I had this idea, 2 years 2 years ago, maybe 1 year ago, where I had this idea, hey, why not make a lyrics oracle? And then I wanted to have something specific. So the first plan was lyrics oracle with encouraging messages. This one here, that was the first that got finished. And then we had part 2, lyrics oracle for love readings. So love songs, part 2 of the deck. And also I was like, these cards are quite big. If you can see my hand and this deck, I cannot shuffle it like this. My hand just can't hold it. So I shuffled this deck like this. And sometimes the cards would just fly over the place because my hands were too small, and I thought, I need to make this different. So what did I do? I took this and again a ruler and looked at how would be half of this. Made a line and a scissor, and so that's how I ended with those small cards. And then I could start again with the ruler, making the lines, then searching for songs that would fit the theme. So I have a playlist on my phone called Positive Vibes. It's songs that have love songs that are healthy love songs. Then also songs that encourage and give energy with a positive message and courage and confidence and stuff like this. And so I went down my playlist and searched for the lyrics, and then I would read the lyrics, and when I would find a part that fit the theme that I had in mind, I would write it down. Like here, permission to dance. I want to dance. The music's got me going. Ain't nothing that can stop how we move. Let's break our plans and live like we're golden. Roll like we're dancing fools. Then we have all the words. There's new life in the morning. There's new hope in the day. Traumas are still burning. I remember yesterday. This amazing day is made for us. If you want to get it, you gotta be stronger. Don't let it get away. Don't you wait any longer. And that's how I started to go down my list in the positive playlists. Write it down. And I also had songs that I knew that were not in my list because I didn't buy them on iTunes in my case. So I looked them up if it was a song that was not in English, so that I could find the English lyrics, like Outro Wings by BTS. Or if it were songs that I knew the language of, so I would write it in the original language, like Dos Oruguitas from Encanto. The original is in Spanish, and I can read and I understand Spanish well. I'm still learning it though, but so I started to write it like this, and like I'm half Brazilian, so the Brazilian song will be in Portuguese, and I would just translate it if for my videos or for the readings that I would do. And the same spiel would be done with the love love songs oracle. And as you can see, it's quite simple, just written messages. And then because it's music, I wrote the music note here, the key, the violin key, G key, I don't know in English. More words in the terms in German, and because I knew that I would have a second part, I didn't want to sometimes only use one part of the decks. So to distinguish, I thought of a way to distinguish them. So the encouraging messages has a little star in the sense of be the star you are and shine bright. So this is why it has a little star. The love songs has a little heart, and so I finished this first, and I didn't have enough cards, so I had to buy again so that I could slowly make this. And this deck is fresh. It's freshly new made. I finished it for the special in February for the All About Your Soulmate. It's when I made this, so this part is freshly new done of me. And yeah, so I've got the idea, I've got the cards, and I just started doing it. It doesn't have to be pretty as long as it's practical for me. It works. So then I had also the idea of making affirmations card, because at that time I didn't have an affirmation deck, but I do have the affirmators, but the affirmators has some type of humor, and I was like, okay, yeah, humor is fine and good, but we also need some of the serious affirmations. So last year, when my grandmother moved from one apartment into another, we were helping her out when we were in Greece, and there were stuff that my grandmother was giving away that didn't need, and if we didn't want the stuff, she would throw it away. Then my father came to me, and I already had the idea of making an affirmations deck, because all the affirmations that I've gathered throughout from 2020 to 2023 that I heard from other YouTubers saying for us to help. I asked my friends in my tarot and divination community if they had some good affirmations that I could use for my deck, so that I could help as many people as possible. So that's how I ended up doing this. My grandmother had these cards laying around, and they are pretty thick as well. I didn't cut them, they were already at this size. And when my father came to me and asked me, hey, do you need those cards? Can you use them? I was like, yes, I can. This is like the sign from the universe to make my affirmations card. And so I got the cards, they were blank, and then I started to go down my list of affirmations that I had, and started to, again with the ruler, start to write it down. And that's how I ended up with this deck as well. And the same can be applied to, and then how, because I am not so the drawing person, I was thinking, yeah, what do I do here at the back? I cannot use rainbow colors anymore. So I thought, affirmations, let's take an A. It's also the beginning letter of my name, Athina, so fits perfectly to me. So I just started writing an A. I didn't want to have a simple A, so I tried different ways of writing an A, and this is how I ended up. And as you can see, the A's are not the same size, don't look the same, so every card is unique and beautiful in their own way. It was also like a practice for me to not be a perfectionist, to not have everything needing to look the same and be perfect. And the same can be applied to if you want to make tarot deck, because we don't know why. Well, I made this oracle deck because I needed a deck with the messages, because I wanted to have. Now I have some decks that answer yes, no questions. I still don't have a deck with chakras, so it's still my main chakra deck. Then this was an idea that I got inspiration from. This was an idea that came, hey, it would make sense if I had something like this. And you can make your own oracle decks, because if you are not able to buy a deck because of whatever reason, making your own is not that difficult, and you can hide them good because it doesn't have to be this big. It can be smaller, and so you can put it in a place where it's not really seen. And the same goes for tarot cards. If you are not able to buy tarot cards, you can just take like this small card and just write down the different suits and major arcana, like writing down the Fool with the number 0, then the Magician with the Roman letter 1, and so on and so on. And so you make your own tarot deck with just the word of the name of the thing. You don't have to paint anything nor draw anything. You can even write the Fool 0 and then write keywords of the meanings from the card. I would suggest, if you don't have any tarot decks and you want to make a tarot deck, that you buy a book with the maybe original meanings of Rider-Waite-Smith. It's the deck that is mostly known and used. If you don't vibe with Rider-Waite-Smith, search for a book from the deck of Marseille. Then there is Athina, Thoth Tarot, because they have all a different system and are read differently than the Rider-Waite-Smith. So buying a book and writing the keywords of the book, it's much safer to have the meanings from a book than from the internet, because in the internet they started to come as soup of different keywords, and most of them are not even right, because they didn't research the original meaning of the tarot cards and just went with their intuition and wrote down the meanings of their own intuition and their suggesting way of interpreting the cards. Because if you see a spider on a card, one person is going to see the spider as fear, because they fear spiders, so they're interpreting the spider as fear. Then another person sees spider as a creature that is waving their own web and is hardworking, because it takes time to make those spider webs. So they are seeing hardworking on a spider. And so the same goes for the tarot cards. You see an image, for someone it's going to mean this, and for someone it's going to mean something completely different. And so in the internet, the keywords are just a jumbled mix of people's own interpretation and not the original meaning of the card that the author had for those cards. So that's just my tip into if you are wanting to make your own tarot cards. So this is everything that I wanted to say. It's quite simple to make a deck. You just need to have an idea, the right card, and just pen and pencil and just writing it. You don't have to be creative and make the most beautiful art on it. It can just be simple as just trust us. Just a word can be a sentence like this. It doesn't need to be anything fancy. If you don't feel comfortable in drawing and painting, of course, if you are confident in your drawing, then please draw as beautiful as you want, and you probably won't need to write just words. You can, I don't know, draw 2 people here or 3 people, and this is going to be your soulmate card. Be free, be creative, make those ideas that you have a reality, into just being free and expressing yourself how you want it. So I do hope that this helped you. Good luck with creating your own Oracle Tarot decks. Have fun, be creative, and thank you for sticking with me till the end, and I will be seeing you in my next video. Bye!